Hey, glad you tuned into our podcast, Hot Takes on Cool Topics, where we answer questions and just talk HVAC in general. Today, we're going to talk about 5 tips on how we can be better HVAC technicians, not only for your company, but also for your customers. Whether you are new to the trade or have some years under your belt, I believe at least one, if not all, will help you become a better technician. Let's get started. Tip number 1. Be accurate when you give the customer a time and a cost estimate. Nothing will make the customer lose your trust faster than the technician saying, "I'm on my way, I'm only 30 minutes away," when, in reality, you haven't even started the vacuum pump for the TXV change you're currently working on. We all know that TXV will be the problem, because it always is. Now, an hour has passed, and you're just leaving that current job. This is double trouble because that TXV was misdiagnosed, and the current customer has to pay even more money, and they have to spend more time without AC. You can see how this can make you and your company look bad. I understand, things do happen, and we can't always be 100% accurate. In this case, one solution would be to contact your manager or call the customer directly and tell them you're running late, and then they can decide on if they want to reschedule or wait it out. I can guarantee if you don't say anything, that'll leave a bad impression. The other would be the most obvious. Don't call the customer until you're 100% complete at the current job. Tip number 2. Be a good communicator. It can relate to tip number 1, but let me start by saying the first time I went to a customer's house on my own, I tried to explain the situation, except it didn't come out exactly how I'd planned in my head. I won't go into detail about it, but they called the shop and said they wanted someone else. At that time, I was upset, but then I realized what I needed to work on. We are professionals, and we need to learn how to communicate, not only in ways the homeowner will understand, but also not giving them a whole history lesson on how Willis Carrier invented AC. Think of how you may react when someone explains something to you that you have absolutely no clue about. How does that make you feel? Tip number 3. Be clean. Clean up after yourself. Even better, while you're working. We have all heard the term, leave the place better than you have found it. Over a decade ago, when I started in HVAC, our boss told us, it doesn't matter how great the equipment looks. If all they see is the pile of trash left behind, that's all they're going to remember. I now carry this over with my business. It's something that stood with me. The number of compliments we hear from this is phenomenal. Look at other companies' reviews. Are their customers saying the same thing? The second part of this is, have a change of clothes in the truck. You never know when you may be sent to inspect a crawl space or just any time in the summer. Here in Florida, summer seems almost year-round. I'm always sweating. Tip number 4, be humble. As much as you may know, there is always someone that knows more. It's okay to be wrong, as long as you learn from your mistake. I'd be lying if I said I never let the secret smoke out from a motor or two. I can show you a number of ways how not to wire them. Going back to the TXV at the beginning of this podcast, if you're unsure, call someone. They can help, they can give advice. They want to help you. You should all work as a team, and same goes for if you are the person they call. Want to help others improve. As a bonus tip, be honest. As hard as it may be to have that conversation, it needs to happen. And tip number 5, the one we've all been waiting for, be a good listener. If you're at the customer's house for a diagnostic, listen to what the customer's saying. They will probably tell you exactly what's wrong without even knowing it. This has saved me so much time on many jobs. When you hear, my thermostat goes blank randomly, or the outdoor unit is running but not cooling, what does that make you think of? My first thought for the blank thermostat, float switch. Why would I hook up my gauges first? The outdoor unit running but not cooling? Most likely a bad capacitor. Most times, the homeowner won't know the compressor isn't running or have the knowledge to listen to that low tone of the compressor. They see the fan spinning, so it must be on. Another one is, the outdoor unit sounds like it's trying to start. I automatically think to check the capacitor. If that's fine, I'll check the fan motor, see if it spins freely. The compressor may be off on thermal overload. Check the simple stuff first. We would not have known to go to those places right away if the homeowner didn't mention what they had. Going back to listening to the system. Does the air filter seem abnormally loud? Did you hear the indoor blower come on? You can hopefully see by now, listening can help us diagnose. Hopefully you'll be able to take something away from this podcast. If you did, share it with your friends. Please like and subscribe. It helps us create content like this for you. Have a question you want answered? Drop it in the comment section. Also, check out our other podcasts. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for listening.